So what we have with us today is the SIRT training pistol from Next Level Training. This is a neat little training pistol. We got it a couple weeks ago and I have not set it down. I will sit at home and I will practice my trigger control, trigger reset on light switches and just picking out targets the whole night. It's a great training tool. My overall opinion of, after having it about a week or so, I can see where this would improve any level shooters, shooting ability. Whether you're a beginner or you're an experienced shooter, having this training pistol is going to improve your overall shooting for sure, 100%. Especially your trigger reset, trigger press, trigger break, and all that kind of stuff. Erica, after you've played around this quite a bit, after using it today out at the range, actually, from target to target, what do you think about this thing?
I really like it. You can really tell if you are pulling the gun left or right, if you're moving it around, and that's a really great tool because sometimes you don't realize how much you're moving it, until you shoot, obviously, where your shot placement is. But this one, with both dots, you can see it the entire time, and it's just a really awesome training tool. I really enjoy it.
Definitely. This is the Pro version. This one right here is for outdoor training. If you're an instructor, it's for outdoor training. It has I think one of the brightest green dots that you can get with their training pistols, but it's the exact same size as a Glock 17, Glock 22. It has Glock sights, so if you want to change them out to something different, if you run excess big dots or whatever, you can switch those out for whatever you want. But some of the main things this handgun focuses on is prepping a trigger, trigger break, trigger reset, and trigger control. Now, how this training pistol accomplishes that, it has two lasers. It has a red laser for the trigger prep, trigger break, and trigger reset, and a green laser that will indicate where your shot will hit. The red laser, it comes on as soon as you prep the trigger to the wall. It comes on. Now, when the trigger breaks, when the shot breaks, the red dot will stay on. If you reset the trigger to the wall again, it still stays on, but if you go past that point and you go into a trigger slap, the red dot shuts off. Now, if you're an instructor and you got students out here and you have somebody struggling with trigger reset, trigger control, you put this tool in their hand and that's easy to diagnose for them what they're doing wrong if they're not understanding the orders. Alright, so another really cool feature about this SIRT training pistol is obviously it has everything that a Glock would have. The angle, the grip angle, the Glock factory sights, the mag release, even the frame, down to the frame is exactly the same. Unfortunately, the slide does not function, but that's the only thing. But what it does have is it has a rail accessor here for your tack light. So what this allows you to do is mount your tack lights. If this is the way you run your home defense gun, you can, train this way at home. You can set up scenarios where you're going around corners, trying to defend yourself, your loved ones, your wife, or whatever. It makes it a really cool tool to have to train with at your home, and without the liability issues of training with an actual pistol. All right, so there you go. There's some, practice drills with the SIRT training pistol and then going into live fire. My overall opinion after doing that is it's pretty awesome. I mean, you really get to focus on what you're doing, focus on trigger reset, and it really makes you concentrate on that green sight, picture sight alignment and the green dot, and keeping that green dot as level and as not bouncing around as much as possible. And it does a great job. Erica, after doing this, what's your opinion of this training gun?
Overall, I think it's a really great tool. From the dry fire practice with this, you can really tell if you're dancing around, moving around, and then going from that to live fire, it kind of surprised me, which is a really good thing because you kind of want it to surprise you. And I think that my shots were much closer and much more accurate because of training with this first.
Yeah, I really do think so. I think that when you shot live fire was the first time you shot live fire today, so you kind of went through the motions going through 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, and you did that a few times. You kind of got the rhythm, and you really focused on, you know, your sight alignment, sight picture. So when you got up to take your actual shots, it was real natural for you. You were comfortable with it, and I can see where it just kind of helped you right on the spot. And I can definitely see how overall, you know, if you just continue to train with this at home, whether it's, you know, walking backward or forward, training yourself to shoot different light fixtures or switches, how much it would help you, just your trigger control, trigger reset, you know, you're prepping the trigger and your trigger brake and your sight alignment, sight picture. I can see where this thing would come in, you know, it would just be a huge benefit as a training tool. And it is, you know, it is a little pricey. That's my only gripe about it. But having said that, you just got to think about the amount of money you would spend on ammo to get the amount of training that you would get with this pistol. So I think that for me, that kind of plays, you know, evenly. It kind of evens out. But as far as the pistol goes, it does come with a magazine, and you can get, you know, as many as you want. But it comes with one. And what's cool about it, it's the exact weight as a fully loaded Glock mag. So it's the same exact weight. You can actually remove this cover and reduce the weight if you wanted to. And it has the exact same mag release as a Glock. And like I said, it's the same size as the Glock 17, Glock 22. So you can use it actually in any Glock holster you have. You know, if you want to run a broad concealment, if you want to run a G-code or, you know, a Raven or whatever you guys got, you can run those. So I'm in love with it. I think that, you know, it's going to be a great tool for our students, and not only just for our students, but for us also. So. Alright, so this AR bolt is a really good tool, especially with nowadays with ammo prices being so high and just not being able to, you know, find ammo in general. It's something that's easily installed. I'll make sure I'll leave a link in the description box with a good install video. Basically all you gotta do is remove the charging handle and bolt and insert this, and there is a little device that goes in on top of your trigger. So it's pretty simple, but I think the benefits of this are amazing. You know, if you go out and you're trying to perfect a drill, sometimes that can cost a lot of money because you can go through ammo if you're trying to go over the drill over and over and over and over. So if you go out to the range and you use this and you go through the drill numerous times until you feel like you're ready to move on to live fire, it can be a huge benefit to have this. So I really enjoy this. I think this is a great tool. I think it's good for an experienced shooter or inexperienced. So.
So the benefits of having the SIRT Pro or a SIRT bolt for this is that you can do this drill at home. You can't do this drill for the most part on, I think, 90% of the ranges that are out there. All right, they're not going to allow you to shoot 360 in this configuration. But the benefit of this is that you can actually practice these movements, okay, with a SIRT Pro pretty safely.